Firm up your thighs as you open your heart. Take a deep breath into the body. As you exhale, feel yourself rooting down into the earth. Firm up your thighs, spread your toes along the ground, and reach your crown to the sky. Feeling the crown of the head reach upward, feeling a little more elegant and dignified in your stance. Take 3 deep conscious breaths in and out in this moment. Our intention is resetting what no longer serves, resetting your thoughts, your body, your mind. Really connecting here the mind to the heart as you establish yourself in this moment with this intention. Let's extend the arms wide and place the ankles underneath the wrists. The outer edges of the feet are parallel with the narrow ends of your mat. Reaching out into the fingers from your heart and feeling your inner thighs try to draw the 2 ends of your mat together. Connect with your Ujjayi pranayama. Allow it to heat you up from the inside and burn away what no longer serves. Standing actively in your pose, fully present in this moment. Begin to pivot your toes out towards the corners of the mat, opening your hips about 45 degrees. Let the knees track towards your baby toe. Utilize your glutes to draw those knees apart and really start to energize those thighs. Begin to descend down a little further. Let your arms come to goalpost shape arms, upper arm bones parallel to the floor, and thighs working towards parallel to the floor. Keep energizing through the legs. So we're going to be using a lot of the lower body muscles here, the glutes and the thighs, to create heat. Take good care not to let those knees drop in. Keep energizing and drawing the inner edges of the knees away from each other. Maybe sink down a little further and then press through the earth. Reach up. Lift your heart, spread your fingers wide, hug the muscles around the bones and the arms, keeping the legs pressing down into the earth, the pelvic floor drawing in and up, and some support through the lower abdomen. Take some deep conscious breaths here. And bring your hands to heart center. Pivot your feet so once again the inner edges are parallel with each other, your legs staying wide. And now picking up your right toes, pivoting on your heel, coming into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, sometimes called Virabhadrasana B, tracking that right knee again towards the outer edge of your foot, seeing if you can work that front thigh more parallel to the ground. Let's energize this. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, press the hands away. Keep working that knee out away from midline. Inhale to reach up. We're going to do 3 times slow. Exhale, resist as you lower down. Inhale, press the earth away as you rise. These last 3 will speed up. Exhale, release down. Now speed it up. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, press down and away. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale one last time. Sweep those arms up. And bring your hands to heart center, and we'll take this to the other side. Picking up your left toes, pivot on your heel, and open that knee away from. Feel the upper left thigh bone moving towards center line and the knee working away. And to resist the air with your hands, inhale, pressing into the earth, reaching up. We'll do 3 slow. Press away from the ground with your feet, bending back into that knee, utilizing the glutes to open that knee up. Again, inhale to reach up. Exhale, resist as you lower the arms down parallel to the earth. Inhale, like there's something between your hands that's really hard to move. And exhale, lowering down, speeding it up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Connect with your breath. Inhale, exhale. Start to realign the inner edges of your feet to parallel. Hands coming to the hips, Draw the shoulder blades towards each other in the back body, but avoid the front of the ribs from popping out. So keep some control through the abdomen. Remaining connected to that breath, feeling and being in this moment with the strength of this moment, the strength of the lower body, the openness of your heart, resetting, reestablishing yourself. Extend your arms wide once again, picking up your right toes, pivot the foot open, this time keeping both legs nice and long, not locking the knees, but lifting the kneecaps with the quadriceps and reaching over to the right. Reach, 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 and come back. We're going to resist here, reaching forward like you're pressing against something with resistance and pulling back with resistance. Continue this fluid movement in coordination with your breath. And last one, hands to the hips, taking it to the other side. Pick the toes up, pivot on the heel. Reach the arms in a T really wide from your center line. And begin to resist once again, reaching forward and then pulling back with some resistance. Feel your side body muscles working here just as much as your legs. Inner edges of the feet become parallel once again. Reaching the arms out from the heart, strong through the arms. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center, folding forward, rotating the pelvis over the thighs. You can always use a block here. Make sure all 10 toes stay rooted on the ground. You have weight in both the front and the back of your foot, but feel a little bit more through the front edge of your heel. Maybe coming deeper, maybe backing off. Keep lifting those kneecaps. This helps us to ease out through our hamstrings. Really important that the feet are parallel. Bending into the knees, power up through the legs. Inhale, come up, press the earth away, reach to rise, arms come out wide once again. Picking up your right toe, pivot them out towards the short end of the mat. Sweeping the left arm under, you're going to square your hips to the front of your mat, which is a narrow end here, keeping that left heel off the ground. Press through that heel, inhale, and as you exhale, bend your elbows and hug them in towards the rib like the elbows are pressing into something. Lengthen that leg again, inhale, exhale, press and squeeze. Create some resistance here. Continue. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Last 3. Last one. Stay up off of that back heel. Keep that back thigh energized. Reach on the diagonals, bringing those arms alongside the ears. Feel yourself really strong here, reaching out through the tips of your fingers and pressing back through that left heel, keeping that left thigh bone pressing to the sky. Keep those legs strong. Sweep the arms back alongside the body. Keep reaching through the crown. Gorgeous diagonal, strong pose. Riding your breath. Inhale, sweep those arms forward and up. Open the body once again to that starting position. And take it to the other side. Pivoting on your left heel. Begin to pick up that heel, pivot your torso towards the narrow end of your mat, so your shoulders and the bony parts, the front of your hips are facing in the same direction. So then your waist, the wide part of your waist is facing that front knee. Beautiful. Draw the elbows back. Inhale, lengthen through the back heel. Exhale, create resistance. Continue in coordination with your breath. And the energy through that back leg is like that knee is resisting something as you're pulling that knee slightly forward and bending it. And last one. Lengthening out on the diagonal, stay up high on the back toes, pressing through that heel. And that front knee continues to stay tracking over that front ankle. Reach long here. Feel your belly hollowing out slightly, pelvic floor drawing in and up, and that breath remaining consistent and supporting you in your practice. Stabilizing your mind just as much as you're stabilized in your body. Releasing the hands back on the diagonal. Stretch through your fingers and through the crown of your head. Stay active and strong here in this flow. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and coming all the way up, letting those feet find the earth. Step your feet together. Maybe sashay your hips a little bit here. Those thighs and glutes may be thankful for that. Now, standing with those feet underneath the front part of your hips, that bony part of your hips. So find those marker points, and the knees are tracking underneath those hip markers, as are the ankles. There's one long line. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, let that pelvis rotate over the thighs. And if those knees are together, bring them back in a healthy alignment. Let them, as you look down, you can still see your toes. They're not surpassing your toes here. Still keeping nice and energized in our lower body in this energizing 15-minute flow. Sweeping the arms back, extend the fingertips behind you in line with your torso, reaching the crown forward. Maybe shift your weight a little bit more forward into the front of the foot, especially if it's all in the heel. And feel the length and the strength through the back of your legs. Plant the hands. Bring your knees to the floor. Coming into Vajrasana, big toes slightly apart. Let your sitting bones come down. You can always use a block underneath your glutes. Nestle your sitting bones in. Crown of the head reaching up. And let your elbows come out to the side. Fingertips point in. Your thumbs wrap around the creases there of your hips. Make sure the pelvis isn't tilting back. Being nice and tall. Feel an openness across the chest. Breathing through the front, the sides, and the back of your rib cage. That's great. Release those hands off of the thighs. Begin to bring your fingertips behind you. Stay on the tips of the fingers here to strengthen those fingers. Option is to come forward if it's too much for you. Alternatively, lifting your hips to stretch out your quadriceps, pressing those knees down to the floor. Be cautious of the neck here. You don't want it dropping back. The idea of energizing and lifting your heart forward, opening up through the front of your hips. Active glutes, last 2 conscious breaths. And release back down. Bring the hands forward, spread all 10 fingers on the ground, wrists parallel with the narrow end of your mat. Inhale, elevate your sitting bones up to the sky, walk your feet back so you are in an inverted V here. You may pedal your feet, maybe stretch your heels down towards the ground as you press your chest towards your thighs. Continue to keep those kneecaps lifting and the biceps spiraling in towards your ears and up. You want to feel a release in the shoulders, not a sense of compression. Like you could gently move your head side to side and it feels easeful. The crown of the head is reaching down into the space between the hands as the hands press the earth away actively, feeling all of the knuckles in contact with the earth. Thigh bones pressing back in space. Pelvic floor continues to support you. Hollowing out the belly slightly. Come onto the creases of your toes. Lower the heels down. Feel yourself bowing down here, bowing down to the grace of this moment, to the grace of the practice, bending the knees. Lower the knees to the floor, nice and wide, bringing them to the width of your mat. Draw the sitting bones back into Balasana, child's pose. Inhale, exhale, soften, surrender. Feel an opening through the thighs, through the lower back. Even soften the elbows here, release the shoulders a little further away from the ears. Begin to shift your weight forward, shoulders over the back of your wrists. Take your knees back so that when you lower down, you can lower down into a nice smooth plank. Hug the elbows in, belly strong, elbows in, strong, 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 and lowering the belly down. Lengthen the legs and draw the inner thighs together. Interlace your hands behind your back. Again, activity through the lower leg muscles. Inhale, lifting your toes, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Draw the shoulder blades together very actively. Lifting and breathing here. Belly drawing away from the earth. Nice and strong through the back of the body. And release that down. Begin to roll over onto your back. Take your arms out from your shoulders, palms to face up. Extend your right leg up to the sky. Just move your ankle around a few times. And then cross that thigh over the left. Squeeze the thighs close together. Shift your glutes slightly over to the right and lower your knees to the left into a spinal twist. Take 3 conscious breaths here. Releasing that out, inhale, come back to center, unwind the legs, extending the opposite leg up to the sky and rotating that ankle. And crossing that left thigh over the right, squeezing them really close together, and begin to descend down into your spinal twist, letting the knees descend down to the right. Broaden your chest and your upper back. 3 conscious breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale back through center. And release the leg down. Recline butterfly pose. Soles of the feet come together, knees open wide. Hands can rest on the thighs, or alternatively, maybe connecting to your breath with your hands on your body. Feeling into the body's breath. And release, maybe help the knees together. Draw them in towards your chest. Hold behind the thighs or around your shins. Begin to rock and roll up and down from seated. Just massaging all along the spine, and then cross your legs and join me in seated pose. Bringing your hands to heart center, turning the gaze down or keeping it inward, giving thanks for your practice. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.